Right now, we are on the very edge of a huge, absolutely unavoidable revolution. And where is this happening? Well, it's on a front line that's incredibly personal to every single one of us, our dinner plate. We are literally about to rethink everything we thought we knew about food.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Food isn't just fuel, right? It's your grandmother's secret recipe. It's that special dish you only eat on holidays. It's a direct line to your heritage. It is so fundamentally a part of who we are. But that very connection is being seriously challenged by climate change, a booming global population, and some truly mind-bending new tech.
And this is not a science fiction question anymore. Not at all. It's probably the central challenge we're facing today. So in this explainer, we're going to explore the potential answers, and we're going to do it by putting you right in the driver's seat.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. To really get a handle on the choices ahead of us, I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself walking into a restaurant. But it's not just any restaurant. This one is called Tomorrow's Table, and the future is literally on the menu. So, you're at your table, and instead of some old leather-bound book, a sleek screen just lights up in front of you. And on it are 3 totally distinct paths, 3 different visions of what dinner could look like in the decades to come. And the choice you make, well, it can help decide the kind of world we end up building.
So, menu number 1, this is the path of pure science. It's offering you a juicy burger that was grown from animal cells, no factory farm anywhere in sight. It's got perfect cuts of tuna for your sushi, created in a clean lab, leaving the oceans completely untouched. This choice, it promises a total revolution in efficiency and, in ethics.
All right, now menu number 2. This one knows you better than you know yourself. Seriously, an AI has analyzed your genetics, your gut health, your fitness goals, and it has designed meals that are perfectly scientifically optimized just for your body. This is the future of radical personalization and, really, preventative health.
And then there's the third menu. And this one, it just feels familiar. It feels like coming home. It's got organic vegetables fresh from a local farm, heritage breed meats, all prepared using recipes that tell the story of a culture. This is the path of biodiversity, of community, and of heritage.
So there you have it. 3 menus, 3 radically different futures. But what really lies behind each of these choices? Let's break down what ordering from each of these menus actually means.
So that first menu, the lab-grown cuisine, it's all powered by something called cellular agriculture. To put it simply, scientists take a tiny sample of animal cells, give them all the nutrients they need inside a cultivator, you can kind of picture a brewery vat, and just let them grow into real muscle and fat tissue. And that's it. That's how you get a real burger without ever needing a cow.
But here's what's really fascinating about all this. These paths, they aren't necessarily separate. The real twist is that you can mix and match. I mean, imagine an AI recommending a traditional historic recipe, but suggesting you use lab-grown ingredients to make it. The future probably isn't about picking just one path, but about finding a really creative, maybe complex combination of all 3.
Okay, but this isn't just some fun thought experiment. Every single one of these choices comes with real and pretty serious trade-offs. This is the point where the simple act of choosing what's for dinner gets really complicated.
And here it is. Here's the reality check. By the middle of this century, we're going to have to feed almost 10 billion people on this planet. And the way we produce food right now, well, traditional agriculture is already straining our planet's resources to the breaking point. It just cannot scale to meet that demand sustainably. Something has to give. Now, let's talk about the protein problem. Just look at the sheer scale of the difference here. That first bar for traditional livestock, that represents the enormous amount of land we need for grazing and growing animal feed. Now, look at the second bar for lab-grown meat. The reduction in land use is just staggering. It's a complete paradigm shift. So this brings us to a huge checkpoint question. Knowing those numbers, would you be willing to make that switch? This really gets to the core of the dilemma. It's your personal comfort with what feels natural versus a demonstrable, massive environmental win. And believe me, there's no easy answer here.
And this is the human cost that the numbers just can't show you. On one side, you have a multi-generational farmer, someone whose entire identity is tied to the land, who feels their way of life is over. And on the other, you have an activist celebrating a world without animal suffering. Both of those truths are completely valid, and they do not coexist easily. And it's not the only clash, right? Think about the AI menu. You could have one person saying, "My AI diet literally saved me from a heart condition," while the friend complains, "My AI won't even let me eat my own birthday cake." It pits perfect health against cultural celebration.
And look, this isn't some single global debate, it's thousands of local ones. In a place like Italy, culinary tradition might just be non-negotiable. In Japan, maybe lab-grown tuna gets embraced to help save the ocean's ecosystems. In India, with its incredibly rich history of plant-based food, the focus could be on tech that helps small farms. And here in the US, maybe an AI-optimized diet that promises a competitive edge is the most appealing thing. The right answer completely depends on where you're standing.
So what's really important to get here is that these small, personal, cultural choices, they don't stay small. They scale up. They combine to create the entire food system for all of humanity. So let's take a look at what those big picture futures could actually look like. Based on those 3 menus we saw, we can pretty much imagine 3 potential global outcomes by the year 2050. First, a tech utopia, where science and data basically solve the food problem. Second, a hybrid future, where we try to balance the old with the new. And third, a heritage-first world, where we decide to double down on tradition.
But you've got to look at the trade-offs. The tech utopia, sure, it might give us abundant, ethical food, but who owns the data for your AI diet? Who owns the patents on cell-cultured meat? You could end up with just a few giant corporations controlling our plates and our health. The heritage-first path is amazing for preserving culture and biodiversity, but it might struggle to feed 10 billion people affordably. It could turn nutritious, traditional food into a luxury for the rich. And that hybrid approach, it sounds like a nice compromise, but it could also be messy, incredibly complex, and just too slow to solve urgent problems like climate change. There's just no perfect, easy solution here.
So after going through the science, the ethics, and these huge global scenarios, let's bring this massive question all the way back to where we started, with you, and with the plate that's right in front of you.
Ultimately, the big takeaway isn't that we have to pick one menu and just throw the others away. The real challenge and the opportunity is navigating the friction between them. How do we use AI to enhance, not erase, culinary creativity? How can new technology help make sustainable traditional farming more viable for everybody? The best future is probably going to be a blend, guided by our values as we mix these incredible new tools with the traditions that give our food meaning.
So the next time you sit down for a meal, just take a second and look at what's on your plate. Think about the story it tells and the future it represents, because the choice, ultimately, is yours.